I'm trying to turn the image around. Give me a sec, please. Sorry. Oh my goodness. Let's... Yay! Hooray! Hooray! Can I have a round of applause, please? This is Reza. I am from channel Reza Blade. I have lots of friends who haven't heard from me in a while, and I'm sorry about that. My anxiety is just kind of ruling my life right now, but doing some things to get that under control. And today I am doing a live manicure for a friend of mine who's had a really hard time. And hey Jen. And I decided to dedicate a mani to her. Hey lady, how you doing? So, okay. So I decided to dedicate a mani to her and her amazing patience and strength. And so I know that she likes smush manis, or likes to see them. So I got some colors together for a smush mani. My rule for smush manis is always choose more colors than you're going to need, because they kind of come together organically. So, you'll see what looks best as you sort of create it, right? And I did these to sort of brainstorm what I wanted to do today. And I decided they looked a little bit too much like camouflage. Hey, Tana, how you doing? Or is it Tana? Tell me. I hate mispronouncing names. So I thought these looked too much like camouflage, which is probably my least favorite print on the planet. And I couldn't really read the I can and I will watch me here, although it was a great sentiment. So I got a few more plates and I kind of changed the color scheme, as you can see. So what we're going to be doing today, this is a whole mani video. So maybe I'll tell some stories, maybe not. It depends on how distracted I get. I never did finish that story about the furniture I picked up. There's craziness about that furniture that I picked up off the street. Anyway, so I really did like the way that these violets look with these greens. And my friend who is, oh yeah, oh, Tana, very good. So that would be Tana. Good. All right. So I'm the base coat of this that I used. It's a really pretty. I chose it because it's a white, because I always start with a white. But I love that pearl that you see that green in it there. I thought it would be perfect for that purple and green kind of smush. So before I decide which nails I'm going to smush, so I guess you guys are getting some design, live design on the fly tips from me here. This is a lot. I know it's a lot. I'm so glad Gozer finished his. He had the zoomies like 5 minutes ago, and I'm like, I really hope you don't have zoomies while I'm trying to film. Okay, so one thing I really loved was Punch Today in the Face. That's from Uber Chic plate 1002. But I mean, some of these, I wanted some really pretty kind of design aspects. I also have this, I took the crown from this, because the saying is adjust your crown and get on with your day. You know, like, hey, I can handle this. I can handle anything. And so this is a Romeo and Juliet plate by Clear Jelly Stamper. And what else did I have? I don't think this one was. I think this one just happened to be there. I had Warrior. Today was a punch today in the face kind of day. I don't know that these are long enough to do that one. But I will tell you, it is a plate worth having. Like I said, it's Uber Chic 1002. And it's got one of my favorite huge images on it. This one right there. I love it. Uber Chic plates are great, especially their trios. They sell these trios, and just such great plates. Okay, so this is 202 that has the warrior text here. I might include that because I made some kind of smaller nails. Let's see what we do. Okay. The thing I thought would be fun, Jen, is unbowed, unbowed, unbent, unbroken. And I know that that's a Game of Thrones thing, which, by the way, love Game of Thrones, loving House of the Dragon. But I thought it was a really good kind of statement of strength, if you will. So that is one of the options. I also have sleigh here for you. And I thought maybe we could just put a simple crown above the sleigh. That might be a really fun, easy one. And 2403 is the sleigh, which would be an easy. In fact, that might be fun because I could do some double stamping there and show you how to kind of layer those colors to look kind of dimensional. This one, I don't know why. I think I probably just chose this one because it had some fun images. This one doesn't have anything really cool to be saying. But I picked out a few different crowns for you. So as far as adjust our crown, where's the crown? I swear there was a crown. I promise you, I'm not lying. There was a crown. Oh my goodness. Okay, so here's definitely crowns. We have crowns here. We have, here's the other big crown. Here's a crown, although I wouldn't use that crown. I would use this crown though. It comes with some nice floral kind of flourishes there. So I'm kind of talking through all of my process, right? And then I think I'm going to let Jen choose, what we end up going with. You can choose this one, but it really was a bitch to, it really was. It took me like 18 times to stamp, and then it didn't look amazing. So, those are our choices today. So, what do you think, Jenna? You want to leave it up to me? Or was I not going to out the person? Maybe I wasn't going to out the person. Anyway, let's do let's leave this one, this nail, the biggest nail, middle nail, plain so that we could put our text on it. And let's get some Smushmanny action going on here because we don't want to talk about stuff anymore. But that is generally how I'll design. I'll grab a bunch of plates and I'll be like, okay, these are the colors. This is the thing. Okay, so I might end up doing the sleigh because with the two colors here, that sounds like it might be a real good way to sort of fuse the design together. So I'm going to definitely grab this Baby Yoda color from Nevermind. This was a, gosh, long ago and far away, that was a polish pickup option. This was a recent polish pickup, Strange Journey. I probably shouldn't tell you all of these things because, they were like 1 month only. But I think you can. So, yes, Jen, I always use white as my base for my Smushmannies unless I have a color like, for example, if I were doing all greens and this is my lightest green, often I would choose to do the base in this. Generally, though, I treat my Smushmannies like I do my gradients. I start off in white, and that gives me a level of brightness, extra brightness of color. It really, when people talk about, using white undies, especially with neons and stuff, they're really talking about how white gives the color just that oomph because it's a base that doesn't take away from the color. Okay, so I do want some sparkle. Maybe maybe I want an unwell amount of sparkle, but I do. I love sparkle. This I really do love this purple. This is Go 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 from Geeky Bees, and I really do love Beth. She's a great person, so I buy her polishes whenever I can. Support your people. So this is all very what's the word? Random is the word. It's very random when I do this sort of thing. I always make sure that I get like a sparkle, a light, a dark, maybe sometimes a matte, although if you put a shiny coat, you don't really have to deal with the matte. It doesn't matter because it's going to not be matte if you're putting a, shiny coat on. All right, so I got some of these sparkles. This is going to be a good one, I think. That's what I'm predicting. The other one I might have to scrap because you can't leave them alone for too long. And then these all work together, so you want to make a bunch of them. So here, let me show you what I'm doing. I take these two together, and I've got my smush. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is be patient. I know that I want to put that smush down on my, what's the word? On my nails, but it really sticks a little bit better if you wait until it's tacky. Speaking of tacky, I need a sticky roller. There we go. It's got a hair on it. Please ignore that. Anything in this house that is around me will have a hair on it within 30 seconds. All right, so this may even be having waited too long, but I'm going to give this one a go. Remember, we're keeping the middle finger clean. And then I look at how that showed up. Let's put it in the frame. Let's see if it'll let me buzz in, zoom in. I don't like where it's zoomed in. Let me try to, this is going to be a disaster now. I'm waiting too long, but I'm trying to, there we go. Now I don't have to bend over as much. All right. So now we're going to see if this will go a little bit and maybe well, that's too similar. I want something different up there. So now I'm going to try and see if this will stick on anything. Now we get these little bits and pieces of like dry polish. I usually try to kind of work those into, I'm not even in frame. I usually try to work those into the design because I don't like to waste it. And it really does kind of help with the, what's the word? Whoops. With the randomness. We're looking for randomness that turns into beauty, if you get my drift. All right. So let's see about this one. And even if they don't look great, the top coat has a way of really kind of saving the day. So remember, I'm keeping the middle finger clean, and I wanted something else here. This is going to be one of you can break the rules if you have Smush Manis that you're working with. Hey, Cammie, how you doing? Okay, so you can break the rules. If you see something that you think, oh my gosh, that's going to be so great, but what I really need right here is some of this sparkle. That's what I wanted right there. That's why I didn't create another little mani thing there. Okay, and now I'm going to get some of this little bit of green here. I think that'll work out quite well, because remember, we are going to also maybe be stamping on these. So let's see what else shall we do. We shall check our sides. Always check your sides if you're doing a Smush Mani. One really easy thing you can do is, again, if you're using the lightest color in your mix, naked sides won't be as big of a deal. But if you're actually, oh my goodness, if you just heard that, you heard Gozer destroy something. Actual destroy something. So that was so loud. These are like in my ears, so I don't know if you can hear them, but he literally did make some piece of furniture just fall all the way over, and I'm in the other room. So I'm gonna wait on that. I'm gonna want to discover that happy little awesome present after the video is all done. I do love my Gozer. He is my baby. But I think, oh no, now I'm actually worried if, what if it fell over on him? Oh boy, okay. Tell me, guys, did you hear it? Or was it just me who heard it? I'm going to get these started here. I'm going to get a new batch going because we've only got 2 more nails to do as far as the Smush Manis go. It hurt. You heard it. Okay, you heard it. Thank God. Okay, you heard it. Yeah, I was going to say that sounded really, really loud. I don't understand. Just in case you're hanging on, you're not sure if you want to watch the rest of the video because you don't really believe me about how top coat really does help finish everything off. You don't have to believe me because it'll be pretty anyway. So, and it's even prettier when you have like a design, like a simple design kind of stamped all over it. So, it's almost like a Mardi Gras. I did not mean, I'm sorry. I did not mean to give you Mardi Gras. And then the crown's going to be like a king cake crown. Oh my goodness. Synchronicities, people. Synchronicities. I don't plan these things. Top coats are indeed magic. Okay, so now I had tried to cover this earlier with a different kind of a polish, but it's clearly not my favorite friend. So there we go. Hey Alexa, I'm so glad you love the colors. Okay, so I'm checking my sides, always checking our sides when we do this Smush Mayonnaise. This is white, but I promise it's got a sheen to it. It's not going to look naked. And I am going to just give it a little bit more of that good old top coat. I think I see a hair. Yeah, it's underneath though, so I can't do anything about it. Oh well. Anyway, so I'm going to let this dry, and I'm going to move on to the next. Wipe off my brush so I don't put anything in my top coat bottle. Okay, now we're going to do another one. I kind of want different proportions this time, right? So, yeah, Gozer did such a bad thing, and oh no. Okay, well, there's at least one piece of furniture that's actually broken. I'm gonna have to go into the description, aren't I? After this is all said and done, and tell you guys what he broke. I told you he had the zoomies. I just didn't think he. Well, you know, he is named after Gozer the Destructor, so I mean, that's our fault, really. My fault specifically. Wow. I'm just so, I cannot believe he did that during an actual, like, video. Okay, so this I got in the most recent box from Beautometry, the My Mani box. And I'm going to throw this on here, just a little bit of it. And now I'm going to end with the white. It's the pearly white. I don't remember if I gave you the name. It's got that green sheen to it, and it is called Sign of the Times. And now I'm going to, actually, there's a lot of polish on here, if you'll notice. So my technique when I do this much polish is I'll actually smush it, and it works better on these faded ones, these cloudy ones. So I'll smush them, and I always let them get just a little bit more tacky. Now this one might benefit. There's not a lot of polish on this one, so this one might benefit from another little kiss. Ooh, I like this one now. This is a pretty cool one. And the cool thing about these Smush Manis, especially if you have some, like, some top coat that you don't mind wasting, or a sticky base coat, is that you can always play around with them and get them the way that you like them. Now with the pinky, I always get too ambitious with my pinkies. Oh, you know what? I am not familiar with Harry Styles. I guess that makes me a grandma. But I bet it's a good song. All right, so we're stamping here. We're going to get a bunch of this going. I'm going to get this. We're going to get the sides like this. So here is some more of that. And then what else do we want for this tiny little pinky? Let's get a cross with the color. See if that works out for me. Yeah. We're going to put this, all these little flyaways back onto the nail. And I think this one's empty, so I'm going to move right along. Is that nail good enough? Maybe, maybe not. I think this needs some directed color. So really what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put a little bit more of this glitter. I'm going to tap it off with my finger. And then I'm going to add one little bit of the purple. We do need some purple. Maybe like this much. Maybe like that. Okay? So that's how we fixed that one. And I have waited long enough that we're going to definitely need to do a sticky base coat to do the thumb, which is fine. Which is totally fine. I think it's funny that I'm pretty sure the thumb's going to be my favorite one. And I never take pictures of my thumb. I do a 4-finger pose on Instagram and stuff. So the thumb never gets the attention it's warranted. Sometimes it's the coolest one. All right. That looks pretty cool. I promise if it's not looking cool, it really will look much better when I did say I'm doing a full mani. And while I'm doing the thumb, because I've already told you my technique, I'm using sticky base coat to get it tacky. I'm going to tell you the story of my second ex-husband. They were both named Josh. This was Josh 2.0 because he was a full upgrade from the previous version. Yes, he did work in IT. And we needed furniture. And I don't know if you remember those like kind of octagonal tables. They were like, coffee tables or whatever, but they were octagons or hexagons, and they had these cabinets. They were cabinets inside. They had doors on them. They were like, it's so hard. If you've seen a 70s basement, you've seen these coffee tables. And I saw it on the way home. It was so close to where we were living in Fenton. It's a suburb of Missouri. And I asked Josh if he would help me. He had a truck at the time. Oh, I'm so glad you remember those, Lexa. So he had a truck at the time, and of course we were partners. We lived together, so he was probably the one I was going to ask to give me a hand. So we got it all the way upstairs. We lived on the second floor. Sorry, I'm doing all of this out of frame. We lived on the second floor, and he gave me a weird look when we started to kind of fill it up. We washed it off, and we, washed this. We decided whether we were going to change the closures or not. No, we were going to keep it just the way it is because it reminded him of when he was a kid. And it really reminded, look at that, isn't that pretty? And it really reminded him of the one he did when he was a kid. So much, in fact, I'm doing a little bit more. I might be messing with it too much, but I think there's more to do here. Yeah, there we go. I like that best. I like it best. There we go. So sometimes you can kind of just sort of nudge everything around and stabilize it with your top coat, and sometimes you want to use acetone around the edges to sort of bind everything together. Just remember to wash the acetone off your brush. If you're cleaning up with acetone, you don't want it to passively eat away at your favorite cleanup brush. All right, so I'm going to make sure to get top coat on these. Now, let's go back to how familiar this hexagonal coffee table was to Josh. He opened the door as we were putting stuff inside, and he made a noise that was a noise that I'd never heard an adult human make. It was like a cross between a clearing of a throat and almost like a retch sound, right? And he he said nothing. He put his hand on my shoulder. He got up from where he was. He put his hand on my shoulder and he pulled me over to the coffee table and he pointed inside. And I shit you not, inside in carved letters it said J-A and A-A. And Josh had, with his brother Aaron Armstrong, carved their initials into that table. And we had, from a pickup on a street, something I saw that I wanted, we had picked up the exact coffee table that had been in his house for 20 years while he was growing up. We still don't know how it got from Arnold to Fenton. It had to have had one owner at least in that time. But there were all sorts of synchronicity things that happened to us while we were getting together. But that was the most, like, we have to tell this story to everybody we meet because it is the biggest, like, this is Kismet kind of thing that I mean, there are a lot of stories that I have that are otherworldly or weird or whatever. But I just, so that's the story I was trying to tell the other day, and I got distracted because I was doing something kind of difficult. All right, so now that we've got all of our colors, and I want to get everything in frame right, so the best thing to do would be to do any patterns that we want to make. We want to make sure that they're in white. And the reason that we want to make sure that they're in white is because you can only do so much color before that confuses the eye and gets busy, and your patterns aren't really observable anymore, right? So I know what we're going to say something on this. I think it's probably going to be a crown and then sleigh. But now we're going to choose all of the other, I mean, we could do, no, this is too, we need something very simple for over all of this smushy goodness. Okay, so that would work. Any of these. Uber Chic is so good about their designs. Now this would be kind of cool. No, all the crowns. I think with all the crowns, it would kind of take away from the significance of the crown one. But whatever you guys think. I think I'm going to try to see if there are a couple of people in your group who have opinions. These are always fun. So this is on the, no, nothing that detailed. That's nice. I'm not seeing anything that, this would work, but I'm not loving it. Let me see. I like this. Do you think that would work with the simple crown and sleigh? I'm really liking this. I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to go for it. It's my video. My video. I choose. I know my friend Guyleen says I do what I want. But is my video I choose. I'm going to do this. I think it's going to look really flipping awesome. Because you can do a lot of variety when it comes to this. They're fairly small nails. So, all right. What am I going to do? I'm going to grab a white stamping polish. We're going to do Hit the Bottle. I'm trying to think of any other crazy stories I have like that. It's just, there was so much. I think Facebook will flag me if I say this out loud or whatever, but I'll give you some abbreviations. Josh was a hiker and a hunter and an avid one, and he found so many DBs while he was hiking, hunting, fishing, etc. Being a wild man. Being proficient with, was I right or was I right? Okay, so he was told by the sheriff's office of Jefferson County that if he found a single another one, he would become one of the people that they talked to every time they found something. Because that's not a good thing. But you know, he was always in the middle of nowhere. So he found all sorts of crazy things. And it wasn't awesome that he found them, but he did find them. And then their families got closure, and that was good. So yeah, it really does happen. There are some people who just sort of have a knack, right? Okay, I'm gonna grab another one. We're gonna do the ring finger now. I'm gonna grab it again. I really love this plate. The one I'm working with right now is 1001, I believe. And I'm gonna just use this scraper because it's what I grabbed. Roll it up and mark it with a B. Okay, I actually don't know anybody with babies right now. I'm being silly. I wanted this to be different than the pointer finger. I don't know if it was, because sometimes I will think I'm moving a different way. Okay, I'm gonna have to get some acetone here. This is really, these flyaways are just killing me. All right, is it the same? Is it the same? No, we do. We have some variation. That's all I wanted. So thank you. I really do like the design, like how it worked out. I'm really digging it. And you see how the white is so important. Like when we use colors on that background and we're doing a big old smush that's fancy, we really do just, we want to, let me think. I'm stamping with white on this. I don't want to make a weird out of pattern pinky. So probably what I'm going to do here, and goodness gracious me, what should I do? I am in possession of multiple solutions to this. I'm probably going to go this route. Okay, so we're going to take this Sugar Speed dry top coat. It's all sorts of fire, but it is iridescence and not an actual like color. And we're going to take the green. And so I'm going to kind of dry brush the green so that we're not just seeing all this white. Because we're stamping in white, you see. We're stamping in white, see? That was probably a terrible Cagney. Yeah, that was my Cagney. I mean, how many people can I actually do a Cagney impression in front of anymore? I mean, that was for old people when I was young. All right, and now what we're going to do is we're going to get all of this iridescence down on the nail, and then the solid white will make an appearance and make it pop. Come on. All right, so I wanted to tell you guys something funny. I know that you guys know that I've been having mental health struggles. I saw my new psychiatrist for the first time last Monday, and I told her I was intolerant to some of the anti-anxiety medicines that are commonly prescribed, and she prescribed me to something else. And I'm the clumsiest person in the world. The second side effect listed is unsteadiness. I have fallen 5 times this last week. I stopped taking it within 3 days. I was like, you cannot give this to a clumsy person. You just can't. So I'm wondering if my injury, I think my injury is actually just a normal weightlifting injury, but I am, oh, did I tell you guys my shoulder's in a sling, except for right now? Anyway, yeah, my shoulder's in a sling. Things are sad. I'm using it okay right now, though. I hope I'm not going to pay for it later, but the nails are certainly worth it, I think. But yeah, so I hurt my shoulder. It could be, it's the acromion that hurt at first. and then it's spread to maybe like the AC joint itself. So I get to see an orthopedist sometime when they can fit me in. I'm going to go ahead and clean this off. We're going to do our stamping again. And Exhibit A. I just ran into the ring light with my whole forehead straight on. Please tell me you love me anyway. I can't handle it. I'm so clumsy. I wasn't trying to prove it to you. Did I really? I put this away already. Okay, so we're going to get that white stamping polish down on both the pinky, and since it's a pinky, I'm only going to grab this half of it. If you're wondering why, I always say these things, but you never know which videos people are going to watch. I have two different gloves on because the one on the right is yeah, it won't work. So anyway, I was going to say something and then it went away, which is apparently common for ADD. I don't know. I thought I just had a neurological disorder that was undiagnosed, which, well, I mean, I'm not wrong, except no, I am diagnosed with ADD. And she said I actually have a lot of traits of autism, but that it's not worth it to get a diagnosis as an adult because they're not, there are no services for you, at least in Missouri. There are no services to help you. But the ADD does explain how creative I am and how I fling from one thing to the other and how I have a kind of a 5-year burnout cycle on hobbies and all sorts of different things. And this is how we jinx ourselves. All right, so there's that one. So I'm really loving this mani so far. I put it away again. At least away right now means right next to me. You guys, I have got to sit down, but I can't see the viewfinder if I sit down. And so I'm standing up and I keep running into the ring light with my forehead. Anyway, someday I'll have a better setup. We're trying to clear out the front room and maybe get me a nailed desk and like a little corner that I can put fairy lights in and you can all see my face. I'm not embarrassed of my face. I'm happy for you to see my face. I just don't have any place to do that. Not in this house right now. And down. Oh, Jen, I didn't see your comment. I meant to read it. And then I was all of a sudden stamping and paying attention to that. Shoot. So, I'll read it later when when I post this video. I post in the video. So now what we do, I like to give myself a morale boost, let's call it, okay? I like to give myself a morale boost. Oh, I see. Oh, okay, yes, I did hear that. And I was kind of aware of that, Jen. I've been worried about all sorts of, things, random things that are just going on. I'm so excited to see you. You came. I see you. I do see you. I realize people who watch these later can't see the actual comments, but just, trust me. There are things people are saying, and I'm happy that they're talking. And if they're actual answers, I think you can infer the question from what I say, hopefully, if I answer the question correctly. And why is this not in frame? So, so this actually, Jen, this mani is dedicated to Jen. So, she's been a follower and subscriber friend of mine for a long time. And I just would really like her to feel better. And now we're going to do the Slay Queen Slay, shall we? The big So the big thing here is that we want stamping polish that kind of matches what we've been working with. Well, no problem here because I kind of worked this into the smush anyway. So we do have one that matches here. So now I'm probably going to go off screen and think of a story I could tell you in the meantime to find something that's a bit like this. So I have such a mess in my stamping area. So some of you know I haven't released a video in a while, but that doesn't mean that I stopped like making all of these video prep things. So, oh no, your message went away. I was, oh, damn. I didn't mean damn. I meant shoot. I'm just looking for the, does this work, guys? You think this will work? Is this good enough? Gotta shake it real hard because I haven't used it in forever. Oh, I didn't say, I said they were all polish pickup, like discontinuity polishes. So this is Strange Journey from Night Owl. It's from May 22nd, May 2022's, what's it called? Now this is one you can get maybe online on eBay. This is Grinch Worthy from China Glaze. And I did use, I said it was the Baby Yoda polish, but it's actually called The Child. Nah, it's Baby Yoda. That's from my friend Jen at Nevermind Apothecary. I don't know whether that's all of it or not, but generally speaking, these are things you can't get, which is why I don't go into too much detail. So I'm hoping that this is a good enough match. So I'll use this for stamping and this for stamping. So we're going to do this double stamp thing, which I hope doesn't break my back, because I'm going to move everything out of the way. I really want to know, hold on. I really want to know if these are ready. Excuse me, I haven't done much to my fingers at all. I've really been, while I've been in the sling, like I've had my arm immobilized for 2 days. It's really been tough. And I know that that's, I mean, maybe a dumb observation, but I thought that I would deal with it a lot better. But normally before a video, you know, I do like a little mani, not even if it's color doesn't stay on my nails, which is why I wear press-ons, but you know, I do something nice to myself. I make them look all nice. I work on my eponychium, you know, all that stuff, the proximal nail fold, and I try to make it healthy, and I get the dead stuff away. And I've been struggling like cooking with this stupid sling. So I decided tonight it was just coming off. Otherwise the nail art hour wasn't gonna happen. Did you see me doing this with like nail art? I already did this one, didn't I? I do this sometimes, and when I do it and the top coat is still wet, I totally screw it all up. So I apologize. My nails are dirty. I know they're gross. Everything is gross. I'm gross. That's fine. But I did want to be able to touch. Sometimes I really do need to touch them to know if they're done. Kind of like cookies. Okay, so I was in a sling. Here's my other story. I made some cookies yesterday that I've been trying to perfect the recipe for a while. I'm a baker and a cook. I used to write recipes. That life is over. But, so now I'm looking for Slay, in case you're wondering why I'm vamping. But I decided a while ago when I saw a sugar cookie mix and I saw apple pie filling, and I looked at it and I thought, oh man, I'm going to make some apple strudel sugar cookies. And so I spent the next little while perfecting it. So I use apple pie mix, I use sugar cookie mix, but this time I used what's the word? Tell me, help me with the word. So it's like cinnamon Crunch Toast, Cinnamon Toast Crunch sugar cookie mix. It's actually a thing I found at Walmart. So I knew that was my thing. That was what I needed. So I got sugar cookie mix. I got Cinnamon Toast Crunch sugar cookie mix, and I dropped off the cookies because I have an inflammation diet, so I can't have the cookies. Okay, so I'm gonna have the green be on top or the purple be on top? Which do we want on top? Excuse me. I've been talking too long and I don't have a drink. Oh, well, I mean, not everybody. I mean, there are so many things I'm not good at. I'm not amazing at much, really. I have that gifted kid syndrome, right? Where like if I'm not awesome at something right away, I'm just like, oh, forget it. I didn't want to do this. This isn't any fun. Which is not, by the way, which is not a positive personality trait. I know that a lot of our friends are talking about it, and yes, we identify, but let's get over that, please. Because when you practice, I mean, there have been some things. I was not great at this. I was not, exceptionally wonderful at, you guys. I'm just the worst. Literally the worst. You guys should film me, the whole me. And then this came over with the top like that. That's going to be fun to clean up. Okay. Comedy is over. Let's just try to get some nail stamping done. All right, so these letters, I do sometimes have trouble with those. So I'm gonna do my trick where I kind of let it sit there for 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. And then I'm going to scrape once. I'm gonna get it up quick. I'm gonna get the excess off quick. And then hope that I've done that. And then I put my sleigh down here because a crown goes on top. Okay. So as long as I don't take the stamper off, I will have been a success. I'm just worried that once I take it off, oh good. Okay, here we go. Every time I say here we go, I hear, oh, bodies at the floor, left bodies at the floor. Is that drowning pool? Anyway, I hear it every time I say here we go. It is so, I would like some variety in my earworms, please. All right, so there's sleigh. I've got that in the light green. All right, now we're going to put it this color because we want to match it to the color that we've been using. And now this polish is ancient. The stamping polish is ancient. The brand is Kaleidoscope. It's a Russian brand. I don't remember exactly who made it at what time, but I bought it from Lantern and Wren. I'm hitting things with my head again, by the way, guys. Did that work? I think it worked. Sometimes when I'm doing a double stamp, that top layer is so important. Yeah, I'm going to need to... Forget my nails. Forget everything you see. These are not the nails you're looking for. Yes, that was my Obi-Wan. Okay, I have to feel my way through this because I'm standing up and nothing's working out for me. So, in fact, I've lost my, oh, here we go. Anyway, but the tape always sticks to the gloves. So when I have to take off some excess polish with tape, I just have to fight with those gloves. And I'm like, oh, just do it already. Okay, so we have a sleigh. We do have a purple sleigh. Now we're going to spend our good time and energy on making that land exactly where we want to. And then, we've been here a while. I know that some of you like these whole Manny lives, and some of you don't. But I just kind of want to give you the idea of what it's like to do just a whole Manny. It's not terrible. It's not, you know, it's much easier when you're doing it on your, sometimes you want to do a top coat before you do the sticky base coat thing, by the way. It depends on how temperamental your stamping polish is. But what I'm saying is I might, you know, show you these, and then when I edit this a little bit later on, I'll put on the thumbnail, I'll put how they look on. So I hope that if you all like it, that you will give it a like. Please do give this a like, and please do subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. I am not looking through the viewfinder, so I don't know if you can see this, but I'm trying to. Here's my goal. I want to get it straight, but I also want you to see the green. So this is like basically patting my head and rubbing my tummy at the same time. It is a pain, but when you get it right, it looks so good. Let's see. Come on. I'm closing my eyes. I have my eyes closed, everybody. Yes, no? Yes, no? I mean, I'll take it. I'll take it. It might not be the most beautiful thing, because I think it's the shade of, what's the word? I think it's the shade of violet that I used. But, you know, I'm happy with it. Now I'm going to get some gold. I'm going to get some really, really bright gold. Oh, I'm glad you said it looks good. Thank you for being nice to me. So I'm gonna grab that little crown. I did see one somewhere around here. I was throwing around plates like we were, I don't know. What do people throw? Cookies? Dog treats? Okay. I've got a crown somewhere. I'm glad you like it, Jen. Thank you. All right. So I'm not going to use that crown. No, you know what I am, because it is a flourish kind of thing. I was like, I don't know if I want to choose, like, there's this crown, sure, this crown, which is simple and which might be the way to go. But also the crown I used on the sample nail, it is so hard for me to get right too. It is so hard. So here's the other crown I could use. So I don't know whether to do the flourishy one to kind of match the flourish, or do I do the simple crown because the sleigh is so simple? Give me some guidance, please. Can you guys be my magic 8-ball? Outlook good? Seems unlikely. Okay, I'll just choose the, I don't know. Will this even fit up here? I think that the flourishy one might fit a little bit better, so let us prepare to put the flourishy one on. Where did I even get it? Oh, good. You want the flourishy one too. I'm glad that you're all understanding my language. These are not really the way that normal people, well, let's just say typical people talk, but I lose vocabulary a lot. Oh, I know where it is. It's on the Clear Jelly Stamper Romeo and Juliet plate. That is where that one is. I shall find you, and I shall use you for stamping. Oh, here we go. I could have just looked at the bottom. All right, it hit my head again. Can we just do a thing where you guys drink every time you see the camera shake, which means that Reza hit her head on the ring light? I think I would be criminally liable for whatever happened. I mean, we don't know. We don't really know. Okay, so here's the thing. This is important. This is a very thin engraving, right? So the thing, I'm going to try to scoot in just a little bit. There we go. So this is a really thin engraving. One of the tips that I've found that really have helped me out is when you're stamping something really thin like this, you cover the whole image with your stamping polish, and you give it like a 1 Mississippi. And that allows it to kind of soak in. Now, I do have fixes if it doesn't help even then, but you just do one scrape now and you are in a race. It is a race. Did we get it? You know what? We got it. We got it. Have you, sometimes I've done this thing where like it took me 8 times to get the right image and to pick it up. And then the tape just, there was like a hair there and it pulled up the whole image that I had just spent 20 minutes trying to get. So sometimes stamping is a thankless job. But I hope we'll be happy about this one. I hope we'll like it. And if we don't, then you can ask me to do something else next time. So I'm going to grab some sticky base coat. Now remember, this is plate. Okay. Come on. CJSV16. That's Romeo and Juliet. I'm going to be using that. I think there are some polishes coming to me from Utometry that I will be doing some PR work and nail stamping designs on. I am very excited. I'm getting the feeling that there's kind of a knight in shining armor theme there. I'm speaking and not finding my sticky base coat. Oh, here we go. And then next time I do one of these, let me know if you liked it, if you enjoyed it, if it was okay. Hopefully this week I'll release a real video. I have so much work to show you. Like I said, I haven't quit working. I just quit making videos. And I get really anxious about making video. Like, what if I say the wrong thing? What if it's no good? What if everybody hates it? What if my stamping designs are terrible? Oh, you know what? It might be too thin, but that's okay. We are just gonna, okay, so I'm gonna do my thing. It really doesn't matter, but I center things by going from the bottom of the nail up very, very, very delicately. I can tell just looking that I screwed this up, but that's okay. This is easy to fix. I'm probably going to pull that up and redo that. But this is how we're ending today. And I will show you in the thumbnail. Eventually, in the thumbnail, I'll show you how it all turned out. I hope you had fun with me today. I haven't been without a drink of water this long in a very long time. So thank you for joining me, and of course do like, subscribe, do all the things, and let me know if you have something that you really would like to see from me. Let me know what that is, and I mean, I'll make it happen. I have a friend who's been having a hard time, and this mani was just for her, so I care about you guys. So anyway, I don't have a particular philosophical, farewell, so just have fun and be kind to yourselves. Please do.